Hello.
Hey.
We
Hey.
are starting a cult. Well, we kind of did that a while. Actually, we did that
We have a cult now,
like
but
the first episode.
the name remains. We are starting a cult. That's Grant. I'm Jake.
It's true. We're gonna go under a rebranding phase at some point. We're just gonna call ourselves, I don't know, the OJ was innocent
The
podcast.
OJ was innocent. If I did it, I still haven't gotten that book.
I
I
don't
still
think-
need to make the purchase.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really think that is a book worth buying. Only because
You don't think so?
it's a double-edged sword. First off,
It's like a point of conversation. See it on your shelf, like, oh, I'm like, yeah, he did it.
that's true, but there's two downsides to that book.
Okay.
It's a complete waste of time because it's the ramblings of a man that murdered somebody explaining how he didn't actually murder somebody. We're all aware that he did it. Like, everyone knows that.
All right, you're being generous. He's definitely using ghostwriters.
Okay, yeah, that's
He is
true.
not writing a book.
That's true. But
He damn near decapitated a waitress
he had his
or a waiter. Sorry.
he had his own words are used in that book, so I don't get down on it.
I don't know.
And then part two, you are literally giving money to a guy that murdered people.
You think he gets it?
He's
think-
got to get
yeah.
some, maybe not like as much as you'd think, but he's
Well,
definitely
yeah.
getting some of
Some
it.
like residuals. I don't know.
He's getting
Well,
some
the wa-
back end payments from that. There's
Yeah.
no way he's not.
Do you think him stealing his like merchandise back that he like sold, was that like a pride thing or was that a financial thing? What do you think?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it was a psychotic thing. I think it had nothing to do.
Oh, you
with
think he had some sort of psychotic break? So weird for him. That's so uncharacteristic.
I feel that it was neither because there's really no. If you get to a point in your life where now this is a very unique situation because there's not that many of these people out there.
There's not many pro football stars turned fucking insane. I don't even know what he could be considered.
If you
There's not a
win
word.
a Heisman Trophy while you're in college, you're in very exclusive company because that award has not been around forever. So there's arguably less than I don't know that off the back of my hand, but I would guess there's less than 100 people that have one.
Probably, yeah.
And so you're in a very exclusive club, to say the least. If you get to a point where you have to sell that to make your ends meet, that's not a financial issue. That's just you being insane. There's nothing else you can sell. I mean, you're OJ fucking Simpson. You couldn't like get a job. Someone would hire you. You know.
Do you feel like it would be like a form of philanthropy for me to buy the book so he doesn't spiral into another one of these tirades
Actually, to
of
be
just
fair,
various crimes?
I'm pretty certain that money's probably going to go to the Goldman family anyway.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely buying the book then.
Because he owes them like a lot of money. And I'm not sure he'll ever actually pay them what he owes them, but
that's what it probably was. He was trying to steal back his shit because he was late on payments.
yeah, OJ, I'd love to talk to OJ. If any of our fans have a connection to OJ Simpson, I would absolutely love to hear his side because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he really is innocent. I don't know. Maybe I got to talk to him.
Dude, do you remember that interview? I think it was like Rachel Maddow or some shit. They did like back in the 90s or early 2000s where it's like, I interviewed OJ. And then this was his idea of a joke. And it's like film of them opening a door and he's like, he has a knife.
Oh, yeah,
and
he
he's
does like the psycho.
How insane is that?
I mean,
He's just high on the fact he got away with it. He's like, I could do it, anything. It was first time I saw that, I was like, that can't be real.
that is almost like evidence for him being guilty because
Definitely. He's like, yeah, I'm just playing into it, right?
don't you? I mean, maybe I'm making a blanket judgment here, but I feel like it's pretty fair to say any person that is found or they think that you committed a crime. Okay, let's put yourself in this scenario.
Yeah.
They say that you, Jake, have murdered somebody. I feel as if you were acquitted in that scenario, you probably wouldn't be joking about it. You'd probably take it a little bit more serious. You're like, I almost went to jail for a crime that I did not commit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, on the news, no. No, I'm not going to be making jokes that I'm like on the public stage, like of
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm
if I came
saying.
over here, I'd be like, "I'll kill you, Grant. Give me $5. I'll kill you." You're like, that'd be funny
Yeah, that'd be
because
fine.
you would appreciate it. But like the world stage is not the place to be making psycho jokes.
It was, I want to talk to him. I want to talk to OJ. I want to see what
OJ,
he's all
if you're
about.
out there listening, startacult@gmail.com. Reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you.
Please.
We have some questions,
Okay, guys, I'm gonna.
but I'm sure you get that all the time.
I'm
But
gonna tell you the truth. I'm not very good when it comes to technology. Okay, like
no, you're the
I-
best of the two of us.
I have to kind of teach myself things in the technological world because it's partially because I didn't pay attention a lot in school when we had computer classes,
Yeah, I don't know how to type for shit.
and also the fact that there's just a lot of shit out there that I just never had to use. So I want this to be known. I'm gonna put an offer out on the table, okay? For those people out there, if you listen to this show, and let's say you're pretty good at utilizing technology and the internet, and you know how to get yourself out there. Okay, here's the deal.
Send your resume.
Not even that. I want you to take this episode and just make sure that O.J. Simpson is aware of its existence.
So you want a PR person is what you're asking for.
Not even. I just want you can tag him on Instagram or Twitter. He's all over the internet. Somebody, please get this episode and make sure it falls into the hands of O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Because OJ, I want you to hear this. I want you to understand that I'm on your side, buddy. Like I'm here for you. I want to hear what you have to say. So we want to get this done. We want to talk to you. We want to make it work. So we're gonna get someone to get this episode into your clutches, okay? And then we can have a little parlay. We can discuss, did you do it? Are you gonna write a sequel about your book? What's going on here?
Yeah.
What's the world of OJ looking like today? So yeah, somebody, the part of this being a bargain, if somebody does this for me, just let us know that you did, and we'll give you a shirt. It's free. You can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah. All right.
Don't got to buy it.
I'm down for that. Yeah.
You don't got to be a patron. You don't got to do nothing. Just we'll give you a shirt for the hell of it. Whatever size you are, we'll get you that shirt,
Yeah.
and it'll be yours for free. Shipping is absolutely free. Don't even worry about it.
We
Just
got
let
you
us know.
covered on the shipping.
But all you got to do is I don't care how you do it. Just make sure that O.J. Simpson, the O.J. Simpson, is aware that this episode exists because that's what's going to send us to the next level.
Yeah, because again, we're not really good at this stuff. A testament to how good we are at technology. We just stop recording at the end of this and just post.
Yeah.
We do no editing at all. It's probably very obvious to many of you.
That's the fun.
But here's me saying it.
That's the fun. See, that's why it's funny because we're going to do a Patreon episode after this as well.
Yeah, we got a busy week.
And those are even less regimented than this because there's nothing.
We just hit play and start talking about OJ. Now we're calling for him to come to like the house or something. I don't know what we're doing.
I want OJ to hear this because I'll tell you what, Orenthal James Simpson, I think you did it.
Well, yeah.
But you know what? I wasn't there, and I want to know what was it like? Did you do it? Let me hear your side.
What was it like to do it?
I'll tell you this. Also, if you get in contact with OJ, let's say OJ reaches out and he's like, "I would love to talk to these fellows." I will buy your book, OJ. I'll buy it and I'll read it so I'm prepped.
I'm going to buy the book.
I will be.
That's how this all started.
You're gonna have 2 people that buy your book, and we will even promote it on our book club that doesn't exist, but we'll make sure other people know that
The promotion
it exists.
is right now.
But OJ, we loved you in Buffalo.
Yeah, you did really well there. You ran.
I've seen
you
your picture
tackled.
at the College Football Hall of Fame. I just let's talk to you. Let's see what this is all about.
Yeah, your career was great till that misstep.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe
Those
it
two
was all
missteps.
wrong. I mean, we'll see. I'd love to hear what you got to say. And you seem like a fun guy. I'm talking to him as if he's listening to this. But
We are hanging on this OJ invitation for a while.
we are. But you know what, OJ? This is for real. Like, you think I'm joking? I would love nothing more than to talk to OJ Simpson.
Yeah. We also said we reached out to Bill Schnoblin. If you guys remember him, we did an episode. We did 2 episodes on him, but we redid the first one. We reached out to him. We didn't hear back from him.
Well, that figures. We were much more harsh on Bill Schnoblin.
Yeah.
Only because.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. If you're putting these two up against each other, OJ looks innocent compared to Bill Schnoblin. He really does.
He kind of does.
I mean, it really absolves some of the shit that he might have done,
Yeah.
But
I don't think it absolves it at all. What are you talking about?
I got your back, OJ. I'm not
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah.
saying you're innocent, but as far as the justice system has to go, you are innocent. So we'll take it at face value and we'll go from there.
Yeah, it's you and Casey Anthony.
We will discuss see what's funny about that. Casey Anthony is like worse only because it's so blatant,
Yeah.
OJ, I hate to talk bad about you, my friend. I know that I'm your biggest fan. But
Oh no, here comes a turn.
OJ, let me tell you this. Casey Anthony is a lot more in your face about it than you. And you wrote a fucking book about it, okay? That's just the truth of the matter. That's the God's honest truth.
Dude, OJ's trial was predicated, basically the decision was based off of a fucking glove. And Casey Anthony's, it was based on them not searching the Firefox search history, rather Internet Explorer.
Yeah.
It's just stupid little things. There's little similarities.
But yeah, I'm open to talking to Casey Anthony too, but OJ's a much bigger
fuck
fish.
that bitch. I'm not going to talk to her.
OJ's a much bigger
She killed
fish.
her fucking daughter and left her in the fucking trunk in a trash bag.
Yeah, she did
And
do
put
that.
stickers on her mouth.
But yeah, so I'm going to stop talking about OJ. I just want you guys to know I am 100% serious. If you can send us a screenshot that you have tagged him in this and sent it to him, you get a shirt. And if you are somehow responsible for him getting on our show, we're going to have to do something really big for you because come on, we're going to talk to OJ. That's crazy.
Shirts for you and your best friend.
Yeah, and your kids. Have as many kids as you want. We'll make
Yeah.
onesies. I don't care.
Not ones that already exist. You have to make them fresh.
Yeah. But, so OJ's guilty, but that does not necessarily mean anything. Because today is a Tuesday.
Today
not
is
Friday.
a Tuesday. What's going on with that?
I am going on vacation, and I will not be home Friday. And instead of skipping,
Leaving me alone.
we're not skippers. We're not going to just skip the show. We make a commitment to the world that we will be here. So we're going to be here.
We are not flat stones. We're round. We don't skip.
But yeah, so we are starting a cult is the name of the show.
Yeah, that's Grant. I'm Jake.
That's true. I'm under the assumption that you know that already.
I said it earlier, yeah.
But, today we have one of those episodes that, funny enough, we have not done in quite a while, where we kind of just hang out.
We just do whatever we want.
I got a couple weird news articles that we could read. I got a little information on some cattle mutilations that is quite interesting.
Oh, yeah, me too.
It's a little pertinent.
My computer screen has Bill Gates' fucking mug on there. We got some stuff to talk about.
People really don't like Bill Gates.
People hate Bill Gates. I think it's just because he's so rich.
Which is funny because I don't like how in America we pick and choose the rich people we like. Like Bill Gates is an evil monster, but he created Microsoft and the Xbox.
Yeah, the computer we're recording this on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk, everyone salivates at the thought of his existence. But
you remember that fucking truck he made?
yeah, and it was stupid.
It
No
just
one
disappeared
wanted it.
within the same week it was debuted.
It's that guy, you love him so much. He doesn't even like the planet you're on. He's trying to go to a different planet.
And he wants to leave you here.
Yeah, so I don't know why you guys like him so much. I'm not a fan.
But you know what Bill Gates is apparently up to?
I can't imagine what Bill Gates is up to.
People think he wants to block out the sun with chalk.
With chalk.
Chalk. It's just
How would that work?
It's some sort of balloon that lifts 1,300 pounds of equipment to 12 miles into the atmosphere, and then just releases a shit ton of chalk to kind of slow down global warming.
Is this like that
This is what he wants to do, apparently.
Is this like that show Chalk Zone?
If it was like Chalk Zone, I would be all for it.
They could, draw the circles, and they'd go into, the chalk world.
Yeah, and then what's the friend's name? The chalk friend with the half blue, half white face.
I have
Chalky,
no idea.
maybe?
I have no idea.
Is it chocolate?
I don't think it's that.
Bill Gates, maybe. I don't know, but apparently that's what he's
where they get,
that's his proposition.
Wait, so did he say that he wants to do this?
I'm looking at a very biased, angry article about it.
It's on
Bibliotheca
Breitbart.
Pleiades.
It's written by an angry vigilante that no one knows by his real name.
It's from Humans Are Free website.
Oh, that's an intriguing title.
Here, this is the title. End Times Villain. Bill Gates going forward with plan to block out the sun by spraying millions of tons of chalk into the atmosphere to reflect sunlight. It's kind of a long title.
That's the title?
I thought you
started reading the article.
It's End Times Villain Bill Gates going forward with plan to block out the sun, and then there's a picture of him with a bottle of hot sauce that says Gates of Hell. And then it says that.
I am curious to first and foremost. I have some questions, and they're probably rhetorical questions because I
don't think anyone has answers for these.
I'm not going to assume that we can find the answers to these questions I have. But first off, that is weird.
Yeah, we got some paranormal shit happening right now. There was some music that just started playing, and we're alone.
Yeah, we're in this Home Alone right now.
I'll be right back.
Jake's gonna go take a little FYI to see what's happening. Maybe I spoke too loud, but I don't know about you guys, but the Alexa in the other room of my house just started blaring The Animals, which I have no issue with. I'm okay with it, but I'm more so concerned as to why and how that happened. Now,
I hated that.
I'm going to reserve my thoughts on that until after I'm done dissecting this Bill Gates information.
Dude, I hate these fucking things you got in your house. The fucking Echo and Alexa. I don't want to say it too loud because they're going to start playing some fucking tunes again.
Yeah, that was weird.
I don't like it.
That was really weird. I'm not a fan. Anyways, we'll come back to that in a minute because I'm going to get way too off track.
Okay, let's get back to Bill Gates and chalk.
Okay, so Bill Gates and his masterful plan to
chalk balloons,
chalk the world,
chalk
I guess.
The air, chalk the atmosphere.
I'm no scientist. Okay, this is gonna be rapid fire questions here. How does chalk stop global warming?
Wait a minute. All right,
go ahead.
So, what is Alexa? Is that made by Bill?
No, that is Amazon.
Okay.
That's the other guy we didn't mention. That's why.
Yeah, okay. So
we mentioned two of the big three, but not that one.
The song that just started playing was "I'm Just a Soul Whose Intentions Are Good." That's what just started playing.
Please don't let me be misunderstood. Bezos is trying to communicate to me.
Oh my god!
He's trying to tell. He's like, "Don't forget that I exist." Okay.
It started playing like in the middle of the song. Like that's where. That's so fucking creepy.
Yeah. Okay. Put a pin in it. Put a pin in it. We're coming back. Back to the
chalk. Chalk with Gates.
How does chalk have any effect on UV lighting? B. How long is the chalk gonna stay in the sky? Perhaps
you're overthinking it. Just let Bill Gates take care of you.
What kind of ramifications do we run into when that chalk comes back down to the surface? Because I'll tell you this, there's a lot of electronic equipment that probably chalk particles should probably not be around phones or vehicles or pretty much anything dealing with health.
And I will say that apparently experts have warned that the unusual technique could be disastrous to the weather systems in ways that no one could possibly predict.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You know, I mean, we already have like fucking 9 hurricanes in a week or some shit.
I'm not gonna lie.
Like, what's going on?
I spend a couple hours a week on the conspiracy subreddit and Reddit. You know, I just read. I don't engage mostly because
It's entertainment value.
yeah, I don't want to.
But
start
also,
anything.
it's like, oh, maybe.
I don't want to start anything because you don't just get to talk about conspiracies. It's always a bigger issue now.
I mean, we're just from having this podcast, we're definitely on some sort of list.
Probably.
But like, you don't want to keep, you don't want to make it a competition.
I mean, the fact that we talked about OJ and Bill Gates in the same episode, someone is very...
We just offered payment people to get us in contact with it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You know, I mean, like, I can't imagine this is all right.
You can do it to Bill Gates, too, but I'm almost certain it's harder to get him to answer than OJ.
Bill doesn't even know what humans are anymore. Do you remember that fucking... did you see that segment Ellen did way back in the day? Like, Bill Gates guesses how much grocery items are.
Yeah, no, I
And it was
didn't see
like
that.
green beans. He's like, $36? They're like, no, Bill. It's
like, that's so
39
funny.
cents a pound.
It's like, he's just been getting ripped off by the people that go buy his groceries. He's
Pretty
like,
much.
a lot of people are going to
like,
get
I'm-
fired when I get home.
He had those people fucking murdered. They are erased from the human knowledge. They're gone.
Bill Gates, he is the biggest enemy of the people, according to most of these conspiracy people on Reddit.
Not Bezos, really? Because Bezos passed him way the fuck up.
That's what I'm so I think
So did Tesla man, right? Elon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they're both ahead of him. I'm pretty
I
sure
think
when it
so,
comes to
yeah.
like dollars.
Because I think in their defense, I'm not saying I agree with any of these things because I don't necessarily. But Bill Gates is a lot more established than Musk or Bezos, just because they let's face facts. They got lucky. Now all rich people
so did
lucky, but Bill Gates got lucky, and then he turned it into like a self-sustaining business that, as far as I'm aware, he's had nothing to do with Microsoft in the past like 20 years.
Yeah, he's just philanthropy and getting paid or doesn't he get paid like $1 a year or some shit?
Who knows?
I don't
have
know,
no idea.
but
I don't even know what's the point. Like, you
Yeah.
owe taxes. It's like, you
it's
owe
probably just so he can be
us-
on as an employee.
you owe a fraction of a penny to the IRS.
Well,
You're never gonna get it, you bastards.
he doesn't know what change is. But dude, isn't it crazy how like all these people, all those men, like within their lifetimes, like grew this immense wealth, but Bill Gates, like in the eyes of many people, is still considered like old wealth. Like that's the
Yeah.
modern version of old wealth. Is just you've been wealthy for like a couple decades longer, as opposed to like the generations it took for that like term to come out of the woodwork. Strange.
And yeah,
Very
I
weird.
think that's a big reason why people really get down on him. Mostly, I mean, he has said some like weird things in the past.
I mean, there's no way anyone with that amount of money can be like a normal guy.
Yeah, and there was that thing where he released a bunch of mosquitoes that had been injected with like some certain type of something, and it was supposed to help stop the spread of like malaria in West Nile.
I would never be able to afford anything that would even start me towards the process of injecting mosquitoes.
Yeah, no, you would.
How do you do that?
I don't know how it happened. I don't really know the whole story, but I do know that was a thing.
He was just feeding spiders.
I will say this though. I mean, I have an issue when people talk about people with money because I both agree and disagree extremely. So like the biggest thing nowadays is like the big like donating is a big thing. The philanthropy of rich people.
It's tax write-off.
And I think it was Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, well, now ex-wife, she donated, it was like $500 million to something. I don't know what it was, but she donated like $500 million.
Would she find it in her coat pocket?
Well, and then that was the critique, was that everybody was freaking out and they were like, what a bitch. Like, she is worth billions of dollars and that's all she can give.
She only gave
blah, blah, blah. Like,
500
it's like-
million.
And then everybody on the internet always gets into that thing where they're like, that's the equivalent to her of like giving $4.80 to a homeless man. And my thought on this,
That would make a homeless man's day.
any person out there that says anyone that donates like over $1 million a year is shitty because they're not donating enough, you need to die because you are dog shit.
I'm donating so much that it's not enough.
Like, your opinion on this earth is completely irrelevant. You are like you're a waste of oxygen. Because this, I understand. I get the critique. You know, they're worth a lot of money. I get that.
It's like everyone rich should live exactly like me and just give all the money away because that's what I would do.
Exactly.
It's like, no, it's not.
I
you
would.
fuck.
I would bet
You idiot.
See, that's the thing. Like, I hate. It's the same argument I have with people about the idea of nepotism when they're like, I can't, like when Trump was in office, I can't believe, he had his children in jobs. It's like, I'd be pissed if my father got like a badass job and he didn't try to hook me up. I'd be like, I don't like you. That's really shitty. Like, why aren't you hooking me up?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's sort of irresponsible. They didn't have any background in those fields.
No, absolutely not.
But
they did not necessarily do a good job.
I mean, like,
either.
you could be like the speechwriter for your dad or something. You got a background in writing. You went to college for it. You have a degree.
I get very upset when people, they judge others for things that they would do themselves, I feel, if they had the opportunity.
Yes.
Now, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, I don't know this for a fact, but if I had to ballpark it, I would put her worth at around probably $50 billion, give or take.
Let's look it up. Here, hang on.
I think that's a fair guess. So we'll say in relation to her net worth, $500 million is what, like 1%? It's like less than 10%, I think. I get it. That's not necessarily a fair number. However, I would venture a question to all of you.
Okay, wait a minute. I didn't find her net worth,
Uh-huh.
but I did just find an article that said she gave away $4.2 billion in 4 months.
Well, there you get. That's not enough.
That's so much money.
And that's my beef with some of these people they're like that. It's only, less than 10% of her yearly income.
She's worth $68 billion,
That's totally appropriate.
according to the Bloomberg Billionaire Index. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I guess it is now.
The Bloomberg Billionaire Index.
But yeah, it's a little off topic, but I get really upset when people like yell at how rich people are not giving enough.
Hey, man, ain't no
I'd
topic.
love for you to donate $500 million. Oh, wait, you don't have that, so you can't donate that.
You'd be lucky if you find $5 in your pocket.
Exactly. Now, again, I'm not trying to excuse them because I'm wary of rich people. I'm not saying they're innocent. I'm just saying when they actually do good things, we shouldn't require them to do more good things because you don't think it's enough of a good thing.
Yeah.
You just let them do what they got to do. You're lucky they're donating anything. They're rich as hell. They could just buy the planet if they wanted.
It's true. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they could. How much do you think the United States would cost to like purchase?
So much money, only because you really couldn't put a price tag.
Well, I guess you got to buy the debt as well, and that's
thing-
too much.
I love this. I was talking about this on Easter. They always, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jeff Bezos is still the richest man in I think they say in the world.
Mhm. Yeah.
I know for certain in this country because there's a bit of back and forth where like Elon Musk overtook him for like a day or two based on value of companies, and then like it switched.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he's the top dog. But I do think it's funny because anyone that actually believes that he is the richest man on the planet, you got to pay attention more because the real rich people, they're so rich that they can pay people to not tell people how rich they are. You know what I mean?
Rich, everyone doesn't know.
That's what I'm saying.
No, yeah, I mean that's totally in the realm of possibility, but they're so rich that I don't know.
Like they say that no one truly knows, but they believe that Vladimir Putin is worth like $300 billion.
Dude, that guy has like fucking fighter jets surrounding his airplane whenever he goes anywhere. Mm-hmm. That guy's insane. You see that fucking pigeon saluting him?
Really?
You seen that video? Mm-mm. It's crazy.
I know
he gives him the little like salute.
He just won another year of sexiest man in Russia.
Damn right, dude. Remember that video of him like singing?
Yeah, he was doing
he was like doing operatic singing.
Yeah,
it was great.
What was he singing? I'm trying to think.
I don't know, but when you sent me that, I watched it like 4 times in a row.
That was really cool.
That was beautiful. He has a beautiful singing voice.
Yeah, get in touch with him. I'd love to interview him too. That'd be fun.
Poot, come on.
But I mean, if you look up like what the Rothschilds are worth, the number they give is like it's like $1.3 billion. It's like, yeah, my fucking ass.
That's what the fucking porch of their fucking mansion is worth.
If they decided to liquidate right now, they could probably buy the planet. You know,
everything below the fucking. The equator. That's theirs now.
But yeah, somehow I spiraled out of this away from Bill Gates.
Yeah, Bill's trying to be chalking. He's trying to chalk some stuff.
I think the idea it's not a good one, mostly because I mean, again, this might be a controversial take, you know. Okay, so I'm going to spit it out anyway. I'm going to let you guys have it. But I like being the devil's advocate in these scenarios. First and foremost, pick a side, environmentalists, okay? Pick a side.
What do you mean?
I am tired. I am so sick and tired. Every single article you read about the environment, they always tell you we are reaching the point of no return. And then when you go back to like the 90s, they said the same thing. They're like, if we do this, by the year 2001, Florida's going to be underwater. That is like, now it's 2002. It's like, you're just trying to scare people into your cause. I know it's real.
Yeah, it's real, it's important, but like, yeah.
It's not, don't lie. Don't make people freak out over your cause because you want them to pay attention. Because me as a person who is actually really on the side of saving the environment, I'm tired of hearing about how this is the last year we're going to have this. And they always threaten you, too. They're like, well, you know, when global warming takes over, the cocoa plant can't grow anymore, and we're not going to have any chocolate by the year 2020.
Say goodbye to the Mr. Good bar.
Yeah, it's like,
oh, damn it.
Where'd you get that idea?
I love that chocolate bar.
I don't understand. It's like, how about you just tell me the truth? Spit the facts. Keep me in the loop. I want to know what's happening, okay?
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because I don't necessarily think we need to chalk the environment, okay? Maybe I'm crazy.
That's ridiculous, Grant. Of course we need to chalk the environment.
Maybe I'm just a little bit crazy. But I say we kind of, I don't know, maybe try any other option that there is.
All right, we'll just do it with soil. That'll be good.
Like, and you know what else? You know what else pisses me off about the environment?
You're just getting it all out right now.
I hate that all they do is they bitch and moan about how bad plastic is, which I'm aware. You know, it's not good.
I mean, it's not great. There's a huge fucking continent of it in the ocean.
It is not good. But then these businesses make these like insane claims. Starbucks was number one. They're like, we're gonna phase out plastic straws and cups by the year 2027. Why does it take you a decade to stop using plastic? Like, are you fucking kidding me?
You know, it's going to be one of those situations where it's like, oh, I have fucking so many years to do this. Then, like, the month before the due date, it's like, oh, shit.
Everyone's going to forget.
Throw this together until 3 a.m. the next morning.
It's so confusing. It's like, how about, I could see a year, okay? I could see it taking a year to stop, get the rights to like something else, have them replace your products, get your logo on them, ship them out, and start using them. I'll give you a year. But when they put these numbers of like, Target's going to stop giving plastic bags in the next decade, well, whoop-de-fucking-do. Like, who cares? I might be dead by then.
Dude, I love how the beginning of that kind of process was Starbucks, like, trying to eliminate straws, but they still have straws if you ask them. But then their, like, new, like, sippy cup fucking tops are, like, the thickest fucking plastic that you could ever find. And it's, like, arguably more than they used before. I don't know. It's fun. Have you ever used those fucking, those paper straws?
Yeah, they're weird. They, like, stick to your tongue.
It's after the first 2 sips, they just turn into a fucking worm.
I don't know about you guys, but it is funny. Like, when you go to a restaurant and you ask for a straw, sometimes you get, like, these weird looks. They're like, yeah, we have them, but we don't recommend that you use them. I don't know about you guys.
Motherfucker.
I know the people that work in the food industry. I would much rather have a straw that has been unopened than the same glass that's been used, like, 8 times that same day.
Yeah.
And washed by a guy or a girl being paid, like, $7 an hour, and they're, like, 16 years old. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't... I don't think I'm crazy for feeling that way. I really don't.
And this is COVID aside.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like, even if shit wasn't such a tragedy.
But yeah, that's my beef on the environment. I don't know how we're switching back and forth, but I'm a fan.
No, we're fun. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I like it here. The environment. Here in the environment, I'm doing well.
I definitely don't think we need chalk. That's a bad idea.
But chalk is in the environment.
I think
If it becomes the environment, we're saving it with chalk.
I think the biggest issue with the environment is the fact that we as a society of human beings have been duped into thinking it's our fault, when realistically we have absolutely zero impact on what happens in the environment.
Well, I mean, not maybe zero. We've definitely have added insult to injury, but it was coming anyway.
Not even that. I would say, like, I'm talking about the everyday person, the Joe Schmo that works 9 to 5 and emails us, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
You guys, we have no effect. Like, driving a car is not what's ruining the environment. What's ruining the environment is companies that just drill into the planet and take all of the shit that's inside of the planet. And then when they're like, oh my God, I'm sorry, we spilled 5 billion gallons of this into your water supply. How silly are we?
Oh God, what a whoopsie doodle.
It's like, that is the problem. It's not us. Like, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but the whole carbon footprint thing, you know, that I don't know about you guys, I had an environmental science class that I took, and we studied, like, you know, what's your carbon footprint? That was created by BP.
Oh, really?
So, like,
that term?
They're just shifting the blame over to us when they know that it's their fault.
Hey, man, I will say I'm agreeing with you. I am agreeing with you, but also there is something to think about because we all demand those things that they make. We kind of do. Dude, fucking the COVID hit, you couldn't find toilet paper anywhere.
That is true.
You know, like we're
Why?
all these things we think are essential. It's like, I mean, they kind of are, but also you just use like a leaf or something. I don't know.
I mean, if it really
Get
comes
to know
down
the
to it,
environment around you. If it's poison sumac, don't use that. Your asshole's gonna be so bad, so bad.
I mean, let's just face it. If you want to be honest, yeah, this might be gross. I don't know. Maybe you're not into that. It was COVID time. They didn't want people going outside anyway. So if you're following the rules like that and you're staying home, one question, why do you even need to wipe your ass? You're not going anywhere. Who do you have to impress?
Oh, the rash.
Second off, just splash some water up there.
Everyone should get a bidet.
Just
Have
go
you ever
rogue.
used a bidet?
I can't say I have.
Oh.
Not intentionally.
The best.
I will admit I've had one of those. I've had poops in my life where, like, you know, you're on the toilet, you poop, and then you get that little splashback. I call that the natural bidet.
Oh, yeah.
It does the job for you while you're doing said job.
Yeah, but it's just like a piss shit stew.
But then you have to, like, bathe afterwards because you just feel disgusting.
Every time you go to the bathroom, you should just take a shower.
It just feels gross because you get that splash and you're like, I know personally that I'm not going to be, like, rubbing my ass and, like, you know, touching people or myself. But just for my own, like, I don't know, my own mental health, I'm going to shower because
Yeah, it's just like, let's get this out of here.
I got poop water on my butt, and it's supposed to go out, not in, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But, dude, bidets are amazing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone should get a bidet.
I'm going to shift gears here. No, actually, before I do that...
It all ties together.
Before I do that, we put a pin in it, and I want to come back to it before I forget. So we're going to remove that pin, and we're going to talk about the Amazon technology.
Okay.
People have their issues with it, which I understand. You know, I get it. It's
Yeah.
fine. I personally don't have an issue with it only because I own a television that connects to the internet. I own an Xbox where I willingly plug in a microphone and talk to people that I know. I own a cell phone that very openly just listens to what I say,
What it says.
and it just sends me things that it thinks I want to see based on things I've said, even though I don't want them at all. I just said it. So I don't have an issue with it because everyone has that thing where they're like, well, they record you, you know. It's like, yeah, but what doesn't? You know, I got Bluetooth in my
true.
car, okay? Like, I'm sure they could tap into that if they want.
Dude, there's no technology. There's like technology that I don't even know how it fucking works. I bought this. I bought this Pure Leaf unsweetened fucking tea at a gas station with cash, and I got an ad for it when I got here.
Yeah, who
I
knows?
mentioned no tea up until this point.
But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how life is. I don't have an issue with it, but I did hear a story about how somebody hacked into one of them and they were talking to a child in a house,
Wait, hacked into what?
one of the Alexas, and they were
Oh, don't
like
say it too loud.
using it to communicate to somebody in the house. And they were supposedly saying like very weird things to this like child.
Just like using it as a phone?
Yeah, in a weird way, sort
They
of.
turned it into a phone.
So I mean, yeah, you run that risk, but yeah, apples and oranges. You know, what are you gonna do? It's just these things happen. With the birth of technology comes problems. You know what? In 1910, we didn't have car accidents because we didn't have cars. But once we
Well,
started getting
yeah.
cars, we got car accidents. You
No,
know,
that's true. Yeah, there's going to be accidents.
it's kind of like how cyberbullying didn't exist in the 70s because what the hell was that? What,
That was just harassing phone calls. It all comes back. Harassing phone calls.
with the age of technology, we have to learn to adapt to the new issues.
Yeah,
That's just what we got.
you're not wrong.
So I am going to shift gears here, and we're gonna. I got a couple of small little things. I have been reading this article by the wonderful Nick Redfern, who,
Redfern.
if you are unaware of, he is a regular on Ancient Aliens. He's written plenty of books, and he writes a lot of articles for the MysteriousUniverse.org. He's one of their contributing writers. And he has recently decided, upon years, even more than a decade of research into the study of cattle mutilation, that perhaps it is not extraterrestrials at all. Perhaps it is our very own government, okay? And I'm just going to very briefly kind of go over some of these things. Back in the beginning of World War I, okay, World War I,
Damn, that was a long time ago.
about 100 years ago,
The first one.
we started studying how cattle can transmit diseases and what kind of diseases could kill them. Because the simple thought of it was, we were just afraid that if somebody were to use some type of bacteriological warfare against us, they could eliminate huge numbers of our livestock, and that would kill us. We'd be sent into a famine. We would lose all of our food.
America needs beef.
I mean, yeah, in a way, that's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's no true answer to what or how cattle mutilations are a thing. All we know is that the government has studied certain diseases that can affect animals. There's been examples of people that were used during World War One to go around and infect livestock and cattle with certain diseases and viruses in order to kill them and deplete the enemy troops because they don't have the food or supplies to continue the fight.
Isn't that like so? So it was basically us trying to figure out ways that also to prevent it from happening to us, but pretty much to figure out how to like destroy an enemy's food source.
Yeah.
Isn't that like against the Geneva Convention, like super hard?
Yeah, but, you know, I'm sure no one cares.
That's why they blamed it on aliens.
But, yeah, I mean, we have no way of knowing. However, it could answer some questions. It makes sense. I have a couple bones to pick with that scenario, mostly because
The cattles don't.
why exactly would the government just like leave them there? You know, why would they leave a trail? Wouldn't it be smarter to just steal them?
I mean, that you're right. But what I'm thinking, maybe it's a two birds, one stone sort of situation. You know, get people's minds away from the cow shit, but also blaming it on aliens, which they use to, you know, be able to test the new military shit without people asking questions.
Yeah, that's
Maybe.
a good point. So it's just something to chew on. You know, I want you guys to think about it. Is it, you know, maybe you never know. There could be a natural explanation. No, I'm
I
not
don't
going to
think
lie to
there's
you.
a natural explanation for that shit. I want to see the fucking machine that the U.S. has that cores out the asshole while soldering it shut of a cow, and there's no blood anywhere. What does it look like?
Yeah,
What does the machine look like, Grant? Tell me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, the fact is, you know, truth is sometimes stranger than friction, or fiction, not friction.
Yeah, friction.
But I mean, you never know. I guess who knows exactly? I don't. I certainly do not.
I have no idea.
And no one on this planet does. Or if you do, you certainly are not allowed to talk about it. I guarantee that.
Yeah.
So
we thought we'd come on here and just talk about it,
yeah,
and then put it on the internet.
I just wanted to throw it out there that, you know, it's interesting. It might not necessarily be extraterrestrials. It could very well be the government studying just animals in general.
Yeah. That's not to say extraterrestrials don't exist, however.
Oh, absolutely.
Who fucking knows if they're even interested in cows or not?
I mean, if you want to talk, you know, I'm going to quote the very people that I sometimes have big issues with. But the people that say believe the science, you know?
Ah, yes.
If you truly want to believe in the science, that would also take in part understanding that mathematics plays very heavily into science. And it is actually almost mathematically impossible that aliens don't exist. So if you really want to, you know, be that person that goes around, you need to believe in science. Well, if you truly do, you need to believe that it's almost a mathematical impossibility that there's no other life forms in the universe.
Yeah.
Just a fair point for you people out there.
Yeah, a lot of math. Did you take physics in high school?
No.
Dude.
Did not.
It was so fun for the first, 2 months. And then it
I
started
think it was.
No, it started getting into the equations and shit. 9.8 something is gravity. Or something. That's all I know. I got a C-.
Yeah, I don't know much.
I don't know anything about science. Or math.
Now, I'm going to get into some rapid-fire news articles here to wrap up our week, okay? If you find yourself in Oklahoma, okay? Let's say you're out there and you want to have a good time, you want to go make some money at the same time. Well, if you capture a live Bigfoot and turn it into the Oklahoma state government, you will be rewarded $2.1 million. That is the reward for capturing a live Bigfoot.
These people have a Bigfoot fund?
Yes,
The
because
state has a Bigfoot fund?
in January of 2021, in the state of Oklahoma, it is now perfectly legal to hunt Bigfoot in that state. All right?
You have to be so careful in the woods if you're over 6 foot.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You can hunt for a Bigfoot, and there's actually really no law against it, okay? No law at all.
Yeah. All right.
Funny enough, I actually saw this one on the news yesterday when I got up. I was
The
watching...
Bigfoot thing?
No, this next one.
Oh.
The first ever painting and art piece done by a robot was sold for the whopping price of $688,000 and $888.
What the fuck? What?
Yep.
I'm still like blown away by Oklahoma having $2.1 million for Bigfoot. Aren't there like some potholes to fill?
No.
And then meanwhile, someone's just buying like a computer's image. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Money's crazy. What does it look like?
It is, well, it's weird because it comes with this, like, I guess, for lack of a better term, a PowerPoint. It just has, like, these technological art pieces that you kind of see. It's like a little show. But then you also got a painting that was done by Sophia the robot, the one that can, like, match, human faces.
So you're buying a PowerPoint presentation and a piece of paper?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money.
So,
Sophia, though. There you go.
if you have ever found yourself in Norway, which I can't say that I have, but if you do, hell yeah.
It's my homeland region.
There have been giant 3-foot wide jelly-like sacks that have been seen since 1985, okay? Nobody knew what they were, where they came from, but they finally figured out they're squid eggs. They are giant squid eggs.
Wait, all right, so they're on beaches. I was like, what? Are they just showing up in people's lawns?
No, it's
Like,
mostly in
just beaches
sandy
and
areas.
shit? That's crazy.
But they belong to the Ilex coindeti squid.
Yes.
And they're giant sacks that are filled with like thousands of eggs inside.
It took us like 40 years to figure this out.
Yep, pretty much.
That's-
We could not figure it out.
Just like, we'll just leave those there.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Well, that's kind of nice.
Interesting fact, back to the robots here.
Oh, God.
Another robot statistic.
No more octopi.
A recent survey has been done that shows that humans living today prefer the idea of female robots to male robots. And this is for two reasons. First off, some are making the argument that it is, feminist. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing.
What are you about to say?
They are saying that most people perceive women to be a lot more passive and less aggressive than men. And there's less worry about any sort of physical harm when dealing with a female robot as opposed to a male robot.
I mean, you know what? Us dudes, we do start a lot of wars. And Arnold, he's pretty big and muscular. He was the Terminator.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very...
I wouldn't want him as a robot. I'd be a little scared.
Media, all the world wars. It makes sense. And then there's Karen, the computer wife of Plankton on SpongeBob. What else is there? There's plenty of very lovable female robot characters. I can see how this is a thing.
The wreck of the USS Johnston, which was a destroyer battleship that was sunk during World War II in the Battle of Leyte Gulf. They just found the wreckage. Now.
Yeah, look at that.
They just found the wreckage. This week, the story has broken.
Did anyone survive?
Well, they're probably dead now. But they found it 20,000 feet below the surface of the water, making it, as of today, the deepest shipwreck that has ever been discovered.
God, so terrifying. Can you imagine being buried that deep?
That is a long way. Thanks to the Navy for figuring that one out for us, okay?
Good job, guys.
This is just a light little piece of news. There was a dolphin stampede, is what they're calling it.
Oh, shit.
There was a pool of about 1,000 or more dolphins all swimming together right in Orange County, Florida.
Is that what it's called? A pool?
I don't know. I just said
Like a
that 'cause it
gathering?
seems funny, you
That's
know?
nice. I like that.
Yeah. And then this goes back to a way earlier episode, the Bigfoot series we did. I don't know if you guys remember, but we talked about Denver Riggleman, that old U.S. congressman that did the Bigfoot erotica.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah, we did him, right? He actually openly denies that he ever did Bigfoot erotica, but I mean, it's pretty clear
What?
that he did.
At least own it. If you're gonna be like, if you're gonna be like a crazy person in politics, at least stand by what you're crazy for.
So now what he is doing is he is using Bigfoot and Bigfoot-like art to try and legitimize conspiracy theories in the New York Times. So he's sending in articles that relate to Bigfoot about the New York Times, trying to raise awareness about conspiracy theories.
Just awareness, like no
Just-
opinion one way or the other.
Nope, just trying to get people to think. Just trying to get them out there. Moving
all
and
right.
shaking, having a good old time.
Shaking bacon, living it on up. Yeah, I mean that sounds. He's just trying to make people think. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bigfoot, New York. That's great. You know what? Good for him. But I do wish he didn't denounce his Bigfoot eroticism,
That's true.
because that was my favorite part about him.
Now, you guys want to know something interesting? Researchers at the Olin Neuropsychiatry Research Center and Yale University are currently doing a study, and they have done brain scans, as of right now, of over 3,279 healthy adults living mostly in the northeast United States. Okay, and do you know what they found?
What?
They found that the volume of their brain power, so essentially your ability to think, the capacity that your brain is able to work at,
Yeah, like function and
fluctuates depending on what time of the year it is. So they
is this
say
like
that,
a seasonal depression thing?
but it's actually the opposite, because they are finding that you actually lose brain capacity in the warmer months and you gain brain capacity in the colder months.
Isn't that just so sad and real that the most sad people are the smartest? They just realize what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
All right. So it's kind of it's a negative glass half full.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's depressing.
Here's something else we
But
talked about.
spring is at our door.
We talked about these before, those algae blooms that they found in the waters, and they are very deadly to the sea life that are around them.
Wait, where is this?
They've been finding them kind of all over. There's just these pockets of algae that can really cause damage to living organisms.
Interesting.
Well, they just found toxins that are found only in these algae blooms in the air in Massachusetts.
What?
So the air
Oh,
in
God.
Massachusetts has small traces of a very deadly toxin that is found in algae blooms in water.
Why is that so funny? That's what. What does it do? Does it just kind of make you sleepy? What is it? Tangle around your leg?
Yeah, that I don't really know.
That's crazy. Massachusetts is like a hilarious. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Massachusetts, that's happening to you.
You got your ups and downs anyway.
Don't vaporize water.
Take as what you will.
There's algae in there.
Apple CEO Tim Cook says that his company is working and producing new augmented reality glasses. Okay, and what's special about these is that they will utilize an internet connection while you speak, and they will present a PowerPoint presentation as you're speaking. So whatever you're talking about, they will show data and graphs and pictures that relate to your topic of conversation. So that way you can further strengthen your point and prove all of the other people around you wrong.
That's some Tony Stark shit. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, that's kind of cool. Is it kind of like Google Glass?
Yeah, a little bit, but
You
it's
know,
just a
but
little bit more intense.
Is it like a helmet you gotta wear, or like glasses? Is it an eyepiece? Do they put it into your eye? Is it like LASIK?
No, they're just glasses.
Dang.
They're just glasses.
Well, that's just the easy way out.
Max Hodak, the co-founder of Neuralink, He said in a tweet this week that he thinks it would definitely be a possibility to build a real-world Jurassic Park. Okay? And he says that if they ever decided to do it, Neuralink would be very capable of making that happen. However, they would not be genetically authentic dinosaurs. They would be synthesized dinosaurs. So the only difference between Jurassic Park is instead of bringing back the fossilized eggs and the DNA, these would be complete replicas that just can act
They would
and
just
do
look
the same thing.
exactly like they did in Jurassic Park, which, again, are just guesses as to how they looked.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't most of them have feathers or some shit? Chickens are like super close to dinosaurs, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I hear. Some people, I'm not sure.
I have no idea. Don't know about dinosaurs. But that is kind of cool. Dude, Neuralink just sounds evil.
Yeah,
Don't they? They
the
just sound
name
like
of
an
it doesn't
evil
work.
company.
Mm-mm.
That's what's going to bring the Terminator world upon us. Maybe.
Researchers at the University of California in Berkeley have recently programmed a four-legged robotic dog in order to be a seeing eye dog for the blind.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Are those the ones that we've seen in those videos where they're like beating the shit out of it with a
those
stick?
weird like Boston
And then
Dynamic looking things.
Yeah,
like,
and then they just keep getting up. They're womp, just walking around.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. Seeing eye dogs.
A new
We have dogs, but yeah.
A new study by the University of Tokyo and NTT Data Institute of Management Consulting has found out this week that handwriting actually increases your brain activity more so than what occurs when you're using a smartphone or a tablet. So actually writing notes helps your brain retain that information more so than typing that information out on a screen.
Very nice.
I feel as if it doesn't necessarily take a scientist to figure that one out.
No, yeah, I mean, it takes far longer to write out each thing, so obviously you're going to be spending more time with that thought.
Yeah, that's fair.
And just, putting it to paper. It's nice. I knew I'd been doing something right, because I would just take handwritten notes all through college, and everyone thought I was crazy.
There is some new information out there that supports that the zebrafish follows the same traits that humans do. It has recently been noted that they lose their memory as they age. They like and enjoy the same drugs that humans do.
Who's giving zebrafish like drugs?
They remember who their friends are. They feel pain, and they can even be impatient. How about that?
How about that? I mean, dude, what kind of tests are they running on these things?
That is a question
That's
I don't
crazy.
know.
Just like, it's. Honey, I gotta go to work and inject the zebrafish with heroin.
Pretty much.
It's like, Jesus Christ, what are you gonna figure out from that? It's like they're just like us. They love it.
For those out there that are interested in the extraterrestrials, MUFON has moved its world headquarters back to Cincinnati, Ohio, because that's where their new director lives. So they have moved back to Cincinnati.
Home of chili spaghetti.
Just in case you're ever wondering where you can get your MUFON on, you go to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
It's not that bad of a place, I guess. I don't know.
I've never been there.
Researchers studying narwhal tusks discarded over the
What happened?
They discovered that over the last 20 years, there's been an increase in mercury consumption due to pollution and a decrease in nutrition due to less healthy fish in the Arctic waters.
The whole ocean's going to shit.
Yeah. So there's your fast flash news week.
That was a lot.
Yeah, I wanted to give you some articles you could really chew on.
I haven't heard really any of those.
It's fun, and they're all things that you're probably not going to see on TV, I imagine.
Probably not. No.
But I don't know.
I don't know anything.
But with all that being said, that's effectively our episode for this week.
Yeah, so we it's kind of more of a relaxed situation we had this week, but we'll be back next week with a pretty cool fucking topic to talk about.
That we will.
We will. And okay. I think that was it.
Yeah, I think it was.
Was that it? Follow us on all the shit. We are starting a cult. That's Grant. I'm Jake. We got Twitter, Instagram. We have Facebook. We have the email, which is startacult@gmail.com. And there's a link below for the Patreon. Go ahead over there. There's some episodes that maybe you didn't hear on the main. I know you haven't because they're all on Patreon. Go check it out. We're going to record one of those right now, right after we stop this.
That we are. We love you all. Please send this to Orenthal James Simpson.
Yeah.
And, yeah, just keep in mind we love you all, and he didn't do it.
If I did it.